You know, it's funny. I always forget to tell you guys who I am. So, here goes. My name's Robin, and this is Knotting Hook Crochet. Well, hello everyone, and welcome back for week 7 of our temperature blanket updates. This past week, was a little interesting. The weather played some pretty funny tricks on us, and it created an interesting pattern, especially in the birthier side of the blanket. But before we do that, we have 3 shares this week. First, we have Barbara. She is doing hers on 2022 temperatures, and it looks like she's using the linen stitch. And Barbara has some pretty little colors going on there. Next up, we have Bridget. Hers is knitting. And she wasn't sure if I'd be interested in knitting, but if I knew how to knit, I would knit. But I don't. I tried once way back in the day when I was younger, and I ended up with big holes and it growing on the sides. And yeah, I put those needles down and didn't pick them up again. So yeah, I'm not a knitter. But her blanket is really pretty. She's doing this for the first time. It's her first ever temperature blanket. And she is in Ireland. She says their temperatures range from 3 to 12 degrees Celsius. And so far, she is loving her blanket. And so far, I think her blanket looks really nice. Then we have Saga. She is a repeat sharer. Sharer, is that a word? She has shared with us. I think this is her 3rd time, maybe her 4th time. But this is what she has for February so far. And she kind of thinks like I do. She says sometimes the colors just don't look quite right. And then all of a sudden, the temperature hits just the right mark and you get to add that color in that just makes it all pull together. So it's both kind of exciting and fascinating at the same time. So thank you, Barbara, Bridget, and Saga for sharing with us this week. And if there is anyone else that is interested in sharing, or they have an update on what they have previously shared, I'll pop my email in somewhere in here, and you can go ahead and send me a picture, give me a little bit of information that you're willing to share, and I will be thrilled to share your project with everyone. And I personally find it so fascinating how everybody's is playing out so different. It's to me, it's just like, it's just really cool. The only other thing would be is if we all use the same colors. And of course, we all have different color tastes, palettes and stuff that we like. But if everybody used the same colors from around the world, then we would really see same colors, same stitch. Then you could really see like how it is, how things are different from one part of the world to the next part of the world. If I expressed that right. I don't know. It's early. We woke up to a chilly morning. And if our infamous weatherman is not telling us stories, we will be up in the low 80s, high 70s range today. But we got up to 50 degrees. And yeah, Florida weather, what can I say? So I had someone request that I show a picture of the color chart, and I'll show it here, but I'll pop in a picture because the sun is probably going to play tricks on this with glares and stuff. It's popping in and out from behind the clouds and just really making a mess. Plus, I think you'll get a clearer shot of like the yarn colors and stuff if I do just a regular picture instead of trying to show it like this. So birth year, we'll do that one first. The temperatures, the way it bounced, like it went from the 65 to 69 range to like 70 and 79. So we had 3 different colors, but the way it worked out, it was like today it's 65. Tomorrow it's 75. Today it's 65. The day after that it's 75. You know, it just the way it worked out, it was pretty interesting. And it created these like little peaks. I just thought, what a cool little pattern that was. And then it broke. Then the weather broke. The mid-60s, you know, kind of faded away. But I just thought that was pretty cool how it created that little pattern every other day. So that is the birth year. And it ranged, got to put my eyeballs on. It ranged from 65 to 77 degrees for that week, last week of my birth year. Then, I'm attached still on this one. For current year, was interesting because we stayed in the same range for 2 days. Then we went to another range for 2 days. Then we went to another range for a day. Okay, so starting with the Hunter Green, it's this week. So we had 2 days in that range, 2 days in the egg yolk range of 75 to 79. And then 2 days in curry, which was 80 to 84. And then we finished off the week with a row of sunflower in the 70 to 74 range. But it kind of gave us a little zigzag. So this was an interesting week for both years. I mean, you almost couldn't have planned it better, right? Except for maybe the colors. So next up is the side-by-side view. And the one on your left is the birth year. And the one on the right is current year. And these are, it's week 7 through the 18th of February. Can you believe February is almost over already? It's like, where does the time go? I feel like I haven't done anything. It's like, what the heck? So February is almost over. We have 1 full week and 3 days. So 2 weeks from now, we'll be into March. Do you know our azaleas are already blooming? My peach trees were loaded with flowers because whatever the cold temperature it's supposed to hit, it only needs 6 hours of that. So with our weird weather, one day it's, 40s, in the low 40s, high 30s in the middle of the night. And then we're back up to 80 degrees. It tricks those trees into thinking it's time. And it's not time. So all those blooms, won't be any peaches again this year. So the first year when I got that peach tree, oh, they are so good. They are delicious. Then the second year, the sun just went behind a cloud. So that's the weird thing with the lighting today. The second year, we have these people that used to live behind us, and their drive, which is kind of like an alley, goes right up the side. And when John planted my peach tree, he put it pretty close to the fence. And because of all the other trees, that's the side where it gets the most sun, which is why he put it there. But it tends to grow and lean over the fence a little bit. Well, this guy, he stole all my peaches. Between the squirrels and the birds and everything else, I think there was 21 peaches left on that tree. And I know because I counted. And then I'm standing there in the kitchen. I'm looking out the kitchen window, washing dishes. And I'm like, where's all the peaches? The guy stole my peaches. It's like, I go out there and he's standing at the end down by the road. And they were there just before. He stole my peaches. The nerve. You know, we have this orange tree that also hangs over that fence. And that thing gets loaded, or it used to, before somebody over pruned. But take all the oranges you want. There's plenty. We can share plenty of those. And those are really delicious too. They're sweet, sweet oranges. But he stole my peaches. And there just hasn't been a good year since because the weird weather. It tricks the trees into blossoming and then nothing. I'm not no farmer or anything, but I know the weather is playing games with the plants. But the azaleas in bloom, the peach trees full of blossoms. I have a couple of other flowering plants out there, you know, because we like to attract the hummingbirds and stuff and the butterflies. We get more hummingbirds than we do butterflies. But the shrimp plant, full bloom. But that's only because the cold weather got a hold of the firebush, and the firebush, all the leaves and everything fell off. So the shrimp plant's getting tons of sun right now, and it is just loaded. And the hummingbirds love those things. They just love them. So not only does the weather play with our temperature blankets, but it plays with our flowers, our plants, all our foliage. All right, you guys, that is all I have for you on this temperature blanket update. But if you want to see some other interesting projects, click on this link right here.